Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to my channel. Welcome, everyone, to our latest video where we'll be exploring Indiana Intercollegiate Conference. The Indiana Intercollegiate Conference IIC was an American college athletic conference established to govern intercollegiate competition in male sports in the state of Indiana. It was formed in 1922. At a time when intercollegiate athletics in the United States tended to be organized on a state-by-state basis for all but the largest or most elite colleges and universities. While the IIC was part of this trend, its size and the diversity of its membership made it a loosely run organization and doomed it to fail in the long run. Most of its members ended up joining the Hoosier College Conference, established 1947, or the Indiana Collegiate Conference, established 1950. Get ready to immerse yourself in the world of founding as we examine its impact and relevance. The official founding of the Indiana Intercollegiate Conference occurred at a meeting held in December 1922 at the Claypool Hotel in Indianapolis. Participants included college presidents and faculty representatives along with athletic directors and coaches. The 17 charter members were Indiana, Purdue, Notre Dame, Wall State, Butler, DePauw, Elham, Evansville, Franklin, Hanover, Indiana Dental College, Indiana State, Manchester, the Normal College of the American Gymnastics Union NCAGU, Oakland City, Rose Polytechnic, and Wabash. The three largest member institutions, Indiana, Purdue, and Notre Dame, were key to its creation, even though they did not participate in IIC team sports once conference standings were kept. At the time, during the formative years of college athletics, the NCAA left questions of eligibility to the conferences and to individual schools. Compounding the confusion, with few exceptions, only the largest public universities and the most elite private schools even belonged to the NCAA. Indiana and Purdue operated under the eligibility rules of the Big Ten, then known as the Western Conference, and independent Notre Dame, for the sake of scheduling games with Big Ten teams, followed their rules too. But all three rounded out their schedules with games against smaller Indiana colleges, none of which was subject to the same eligibility standards. The matter came to a head at the 1921 annual meeting of the Big Ten in Chicago, when it was observed that schools not belonging to any recognized body were not welcome on Big Ten schedules. The problem could be solved only by creating a recognized body that would maintain standards for the smaller Indiana colleges, thus making them acceptable as non-conference opponents for Indiana and Purdue, as well as Notre Dame. The conference was created largely through the work of Purdue athletic director Nelson E. Kellogg. After an initial meeting in February 1922, Kellogg hosted and presided over a second meeting in May 1922, at which Notre Dame's Knute Rockne served as secretary. At another meeting the following month, again at Purdue, Kellogg and Rockne joined William M. Blanchard of DePauw and representatives from Butler and Wabash in drafting a constitution and eligibility standards. At the official founding meeting that December, Kellogg was confirmed as president of the league, Blanchard was elected vice president, and Birch Bay of Indiana State was elected secretary-treasurer. While at the meeting, the coaches of member institutions finalized their schedules for the 1920-23 season in basketball and the 1923 seasons in baseball, track, and football. The IIC continued to hold annual meetings at the same location in Indianapolis every December, at which officers would be chosen and schedules finalized, with schedules eventually done a year in advance. The IIC eventually added an annual spring meeting, typically held at the end of basketball season in March. Prepare yourself for an in-depth analysis of history in this section. In 1923, the conference expanded to 20 members with the addition of Valparaiso, Indiana Central, today the University of Indianapolis, and Central Normal, eventually renamed Canterbury College. Thereafter, the IIC usually had at least 20 active members except during the years of World War II. Huntington joined in 1927 and Taylor in 1933. Anderson, Concordia, and St. Joseph's all joined in 1935. Indiana Dental College in 1925 and NCAGU in 1941 left the league when they were absorbed by Indiana University. The IIC also admitted 3 junior colleges, none of which remained in the league for longitude. Vincennes was a member from 1925 until temporarily dropping athletics in 1932. Gary Junior College, today Indiana University Northwest, joined upon its creation in 1932 but left the following year. Kokomo Junior College, today Indiana University Kokomo, also founded in 1932, joined in 1938 but suspended athletics as soon as World War II began, and did not resume IIC membership afterward. Other late additions to the conference included Tri-State, today Trine University, also in 1938, and Indiana Tech in 1947. In its first year of operation, 1920-23, the IIC crowned champions in basketball, baseball, and track. Football, cross-country, and tennis were added in 1923-24, and the first conference golf championship was held at the end of the 1924-25 school year. The IIC eventually added swimming as an 8th sport, but conference swim meets were not always held on an annual basis. For example, in 1940 at Indiana and in 1942 at Purdue, but not in 1941. Among the Big Three, Notre Dame's independent status initially caused it to be perceived differently from Big Ten members Indiana and Purdue in its team sport contests with other IIC members. For example, press reports referred to the November 1923 game between the Fighting Irish 1-0 against IIC members and Butler 4-0 IIC as a battle for the championship of the Indiana Intercollegiate Conference, which Notre Dame won en route to a 9-1 finish. The following year, when Rockman's team, led by the Four Horsemen, shut out their only IIC opponent Wabash en route to an undefeated national championship season, it seemed farcical to speak of them as conference champions in football. After Notre Dame did not schedule an IIC opponent in 1925, no one ever spoke of them competing for the conference football title again. Butler ultimately dominated the league in football. Its championships included 7 straight from 1934 through 1940, with other titles coming in 1946 and 1947. The IIC had many legendary players and coaches over the years. In basketball, John Wooden, Ard McCutcheon, Tony Hinkle, and John Longfellow all served as head coaches in the conference. Some notable IIC players included Dwayne Clue and Dick Arthur. In 1927, the IIC considered adding a postseason conference basketball tournament along the lines of what the Southern Conference had done recently, with great success. Notre Dame was among the members favoring the proposal, but nothing came of it. Ultimately, conferences in the Midwest would be the last to add conference tournaments, after they had become the norm across the landscape of college basketball. The Indiana State Sycamores were the class of IIC baseball, winning titles in 1923, 1924, 1930, 1946, 1947, 1949 under Birch Bay, Wally Marks and Paul Wolfe. While they did not compete for IIC championships in team sports, Indiana, Purdue, and Notre Dame contested and often hosted the annual IIC tournaments in tennis and golf, as well as the IIC meets in cross-country and eventually swimming. The conference always held 2 track meets, Big State hosted by one of the Big Three, but open to all IIC members, and Little State hosted at one of the smaller colleges, and open to all members except the Big Three. They were held annually on consecutive weekends in May, starting in 1923 and continuing until 1950, when Big State was cancelled in favor of a 3-way meet between Indiana, Purdue, and Notre Dame. While Little State was always hotly contested, one of the Big Three always won Big State, and after the ERS it was unusual for the 3 major universities not to take the top 3 places at the meet. At the insistence of the Big Three, IIC eligibility standards mirrored the Big Ten in requiring student athletes to spend 1 year in residence at an institution before being eligible to play in varsity competition. Intended to bar freshmen from varsity rosters, the same 1-year rule also had the effect of requiring all transfer students to sit out a year before playing for their new institution. It became clear right away that the rule posed a serious burden to the conference's smaller members and an obstacle to other small colleges joining the league. At the second annual meeting of the IIC, in December 1923, a proposal to allow members with small enrollments to petition to use freshmen in varsity contests passed by a vote of 16-1. 10 such waivers were granted for 1923-24. The submission and approval of waiver requests became a major item of business at subsequent annual meetings. Finally, after the Great Depression caused a severe drop in enrollment at most Indiana private colleges, a 1933 amendment to the IIC Constitution made the freshman exception automatic for any member with fewer than 350 male students. Meanwhile, the probationary period for transfers increased from 1 year to 2, except if the student had graduated from a junior college, in which case he was eligible to transfer and not sit out at all. The traditional allowance of 5 years to use 4 years of eligibility including the freshman year was eliminated to avoid penalizing students who had to drop out of school to work. In this chapter, we'll be shedding light on final years and its role in shaping our understanding. The late years and early years saw many of the conference's athletic programs depart for other conferences. However, many of the league's larger college programs became part of the Indiana Collegiate Conference, which existed until 1978. The smaller schools formed the Hoosier College Conference, which was rebranded as the Hoosier Buckeye Conference in 1971 and existed until 1986. Without wasting any more time, let's jump into the fascinating world of membership timeline. Dat format equal II image size equal width height at bar increment period equal frontal time axis equal orientation horizontal plotary equal right left bottom top. Colors. A line value black at full value of all sports at full of value of all sports except and plot data. With text color black shift 5 anchor from font size. Colorful from till text Indiana. Colorful from till text entry Dame 1922-50. Colorful from till text Purdue 1922-50. Colorful from till text Ball State 1922-50. Color orange from till text Dick. Colorful from till text Butler 1922-50. Color orange from till text Dick. Colorful from till text Dipu 1922-50. Color orange from till text Dick. Colorful from till text Elham. Colorton from till text. Colorful from till text Evansville 1920-27, 1928-50. Colorful from till color orange from till text Dick. Colorful from till text Franklin. Colorton from till text. Colorful from till text Another. Colorton from till text. Colorful from till text Indiana Dental. Colorful from till text Indiana State 1922-50. Color orange from till text Dick. Colorful from till text Manchester. Colorton from till text. Colorful from till text and CAG 1922-35, 1937-41. Colorful from till. Colorful from till text Oakland City 1922-50. Colorful from till text Rose Poly. Colorton from till text. Colorful from till text Wabash 1922-50. Colorful from till text Central Normal 1923-46. Colorful from till text Canterbury 1946-47. Colorton from till text. Colorful from till text Indiana Central 1923-47. Colorton from till text. Colorful from till text Valparaiso 1923-26, 1927-50. Colorful from till color orange from till text Dick. Colorful from till text Vincent is 1925-32. Colorful from till text Huntington 1927-50. Colorful from till text Dory JC 1932-33. Colorful from Text Taylor 1933-49 Colorton from Text HCC. Colorful from Text Anderson 1935-47 Colorton from Text HCC. Colorful from Text Concordia 1935-50. Colorful from Text Joseph's 1935-50 Orange from Textic. Colorful from Text Kokomo JC 1938-40, 1941-42 Colorful from Colorful from Text Itri State 1938-40, 1946-50 Colorful from Colorful from Text Indiana Tech 1947-50. Scalmager equal Gricola line unity increment start. In this section, we'll be shedding light on subsequent conference affiliations and its impact on our understanding of the subject. Team left for current home Ball State Indiana Collegiate Conference Mid American Conference Butler Indiana Collegiate Conference Mid East Conference DePauw Indiana Collegiate Conference North Coast Athletic Conference Evansville Indiana Collegiate Conference Missouri Valley Conference Elham Hoosier Conference Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference Franklin Hoosier Conference Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference Hanover Hoosier Conference Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference Indianapolis Hoosier Conference Great Lakes Valley Conference Indiana State Indiana Collegiate Conference Missouri Valley Conference Manchester Hoosier Conference Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference Rose-Hulman Hoosier Conference Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference Valparaiso Indiana Collegiate Conference Horizon League St. Joseph's IN Indiana Collegiate Conference Great Lakes Valley Conference Wabash Hoosier Conference North Coast Athletic Conference. As we progress, let's shine a spotlight on men's basketball and examine its intricate interplay within our topic. Indiana State won men's basketball titles in 1947, 1948, 1949, and 1950. In 1948, Indiana State was the runner-up in the NAIA national title game. In 1950, Indiana State won the NAIA national title. DePauw won the conference title in the early years. Central Normal won consecutive titles in 1935-36 and 1936-37. Notable personalities in the history of the league include John Wooden, Cal Luther, Lee Hamilton, Tubby Moffett, and Ard McCutcheon. In this section, we'll be shedding light on baseball and its impact on our understanding of the subject. Indiana State won titles in 1923, 1924, 1930, 1946, 1947, 1949. In the upcoming section, we'll be dissecting football and exploring its intricate connections to our topic. Butler was the league powerhouse, winning titles in 1934, 1935, 1936, 1937, 1938, 1939, 1946, and 1947. They shared the title with Manchester University in 1940. No conference championship was awarded in 1943 and 1944 due to World War II. As we progress, let's shine a spotlight on tennis and examine its intricate interplay within our topic. DePauw's men's tennis team of 1937 and 1941 won the conference title while going undefeated both seasons, 8-0 in 1937 and 14-0 in 1941. The 1941 edition swept the conference while also defeating several Big Ten and SEC opponents. If you found this video helpful, give it a like and share it with someone who might benefit from it.